what I'm saying? They was passing us on to the next grade. That's why so many of us right now, if you look around, they got put on that medicine.
Right, really.
Because they were saying kids are too hyper. And so in the mix of that, Mr. Lucas took me to the principal office at Ayers Clark Middle School. And in that school at that day and time, Mr. Brown was known for palling it.
Yeah, right.
Hit you on your butt a couple
Brown,
times.
Right.
And
Mr. Brown.
at the time, Mr. Brown was my grandmama's neighbor.
Uh-huh.
So,
Sure was.
today I came across something about this situation. So when Mr. Luca took me, Mr. Brown, that in realization, the reason in 1968 when they segregated school, the reason they segregated school was because Mrs. Brown versus education said that her kids deserve the same education as a white child. And she took it all the way to federal court. And in the mix of this, the first law in school is that the parent is the first educator.
Right.
So they should be involved with the child's education.
Absolutely.
So Mr. Lucas and Mr. Brown should have called my mother. And my mother would have had screamed that. But today, I came up with a conclusion on why he did it.
Wow.
I never had really thought about why he didn't call my parent call. They pipeline me to prison right there. See, that's what the pipeline is that they talk about. We live in it, so we can't see it.
Right.
But if he'd have called my mama was screaming, you know what I'm saying, I wouldn't have been running so wild. They would have paid a little more attention to it. You know what I'm saying? But due to them neglecting they duties as leaders in the black community. Cause Mr. Lucas lived down the road from me. Mr. Brown lived right next door to my grandma here. He could have walked and said something to her. He could have just told me.
Right, exactly.
So they held that to themselves, so I eventually crashed out and eventually pipelined myself in prison. So Next Gen and Beyond keep our phones open, our lines open for this particular situation where a parent should be involved in their kids, because right now they don't care nothing about the low income kids. They just want to. They want to make sure that the kids.
They there just for a paycheck.
Well,
and it's the rich, the white girls that husbands are farmers, and
it used to be
the prestige.
It used to be. Not anymore.
It done changed.
Not anymore.
See, when I was teaching, man, it was totally the white girls. You know, it was a couple of us.
Not anymore, but for one thing,
okay.
a person don't want to be paid once a month.
Right, I couldn't stand it.
So, and then they making.
I hated that.
They making under the poverty line.
Yeah, that too.
So
yeah,
you lose your teachers, and then the pandemic caused most people to
go virtual.
Well, they learned that I can work from home.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And
right.
You know what
most
saying?
people. Right.
They went to the let's do.
So the world has changed because people, like you said, and that's so great, man, because people didn't have that knowledge of working from home.
Well,
young black girls. Well, it was like, okay, I graduated from high school, college didn't work out. What do I do now? I go work at Tyson. Or I go work at McDonald's. But now it's like, okay, I can work for Geico working from home, making $15, $20 an hour. Or I can work for Blue Shield. You know, yeah.
One of our biggest objectives is we just need to learn how, when we're working for somebody, we need to learn how to, that we're working on a workspace and to learn the navigation of it, because that's how I hire people into Next Gen and Beyond, through a workspace. But we just need to learn that so we can create our own. Because honestly, this is the truth. Until we produce something, we ain't worth nothing. You know what I'm saying? Until we teach each other, you gotta have $100,000 or better life insurance. You gotta do all this, you know what I'm saying? Because we teach a behavior. Our generation taught a behavior of I'm a ball till I fall, or you know what I'm saying, I can't take it with me. So you know what I'm saying, we don't, you know what I'm saying? So right now that's how we looking at how to create, you know what I'm saying, generational wealth and information, because in order for wealth, because we targeting toilet tissue, because know what I'm saying, we get the right grants and the right funds and the right people, you know what I'm saying, we gonna buy a machine, a toilet tissue making machine and produce the tissue, and we'll change the prices on tissue 50 cents a roll in the rural areas because they suffering the most.
Right. Yeah, in the rural areas. Sounds like something that sounds brilliant. Never thought of it. Only from a genius though.
Every house gotta have it.
Every house gotta have it. Every house gotta have it.
It'll get you in every house. And we look at it like this: a roll of toilet tissue almost $2 now. So we looking at it like if you put the toilet tissue at 50 cents, that means, and you target door to door, community to community, you know what I'm saying? And as it grows, because you're gonna gain a lot of business, because you know what I'm saying, you can virtual the business. So the key is, you know what I'm saying, take that product out of people's life where they gotta think about toilet tissue, because it's something that you always gotta have. We looking at, we feed elders, but we also, our LLC is what deliver the products to the elders. You know what I'm saying? We use a lot of drop shipping, so our main focus is toilet tissue and putting it on the elder's door. You know what I'm saying? And stretching it out, you know what I'm saying, house to house with it. You know what I'm saying? Neighborhood to neighborhood. This is an idea that, you know what I'm saying, we want everybody to run off with. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, if it go from state to state, city to city, you know what I'm saying, we take a industrial. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, we got 50, you know what I'm saying, 100 machines, we got the tissue industrial, you know what I'm saying, on lock. You know what I'm saying? And once we lock the tissue industry, once we lock an industry in, because they don't let us have one right now. Because we'll screen you, we blacking, that's why you messing with us.
Right.
So, you know, you got to give, you know what I'm saying? But we got to get an industrial. Like, that's one of the industrial that we all indulge in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that mean when auntie ain't got no money, she run out of tissue. We deliver her tissue on the set, on the set, how she using it. She can pick up her phone and say, hey, I ain't got no tissue.
Right.
Next gen and beyond her, she got tissue. Yeah, it's for our community. We make this a profitable business, but you know what I'm saying, it's also we commend a service.
We're giving back to our community. Yeah.
This funds this really, the LLC funds the nonprofit. You know what I'm saying? So every dollar that we make inside the nonprofit, we give 25 cents to every dollar we make in the LLC, we give 25 cents to our nonprofit. Yeah. So this is how we created the nonprofit, through, you know what I'm saying, the LLC. So,
and like right now, even in Cordelia, man, we should have a community garden. We do.
Well,
I mean, literally, like during the summertime, man, the state of Georgia is one of the most agricultural states in the United States, other than California.
Well, you gotta ask for the space.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Space. The city has the space.
No,
the county has the space.
Excuse me when I say this. Well, all our issues revolve back into, it's the community that's that falls back into our lap.
Right.
And the reason I say that is, you know what I'm saying, it's easy. Find a spot, find a date. You know what I'm saying? Create a campaign. Matter of fact, create a Facebook group, create a campaign. You know what I'm saying? And once we create the campaign, you know what I'm saying, we'll get more involved inside of the workspace, and we'll come together down here and we'll find somewhere where we'll make that a day or something.
Well, that's what we should do.
Well, because like, you know what I'm saying, right now, all we gotta do is petition everywhere, you know what I'm saying, get on everybody's agenda.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We need that, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, like I say, we one of the most agricultural states in the States, and you know, the accessibility from local farmers. See, what happens with us in small communities and small towns is that they don't attack industry. Industry is responsible for a lot of shit. Walmart is responsible for giving back to the community. The paper mill is responsible for giving back to the community. Pepsi Cola is responsible for giving back.
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
And the reason I know and I found out that they will, it's just that the people don't ask. Because I was when I was director over the Century 21 Arts program, here in Cartier, I was over all the fundraisers. If I wanted my students to have such and such and such, guess what I did? I called Coca-Cola out there. I said, hey man, we having such and such event. I need a couple of cases of soda. Oh man, they load the truck up with it. We had sodas for next year.
Well, now
I called Walmart, same thing. Dairy Queen, same thing.
All them places still they give. I'm
right.
I'm finna show you what's the problem. Well, that's what Next Gen and Beyond. You know what I'm saying? That's what we into. Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm saying? Like we look for somebody like you that's willing to find the company name, find the manager, and to get stuff from these companies now, it just requires something. And it requires letter of exemption.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on that right now.
Right, exactly.
And sales tax number. Mm-hmm. So that's what the whole right now is I'm just waiting on the letter of exemption. You know what I'm saying? Right. Everything else I have, and that's what we're pretty much gonna do. Anytime we find a company like Coca-Cola, out there for prime example.
See, back then I didn't have to do none of that. I didn't have to have
somebody. It was
I worked for
they were doing
the Board of Education. So
the Board of Education had that same document.
Right. They were doing.
Their office was
Miss Peoples because you're right.
Their office was
they
passing that document.
Right.
That's one of the
absolutely right.
That's one of the ways I discover, because as soon as you go up there and say something to her, she call their secretary and they say, we got something that expired or something that, you know what I'm saying, that they sticky or, you know what I'm saying, whoop, you know what I'm saying, because at the end of the day, they write it off too. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Well, that was one of the things I had
right off.
That was one of the things I wanted to come over here to you about. See, like, we think they're giving. See, it's not about giving. See, it's about doing business. Mm-hmm. And we've been taught not to do business. Mm-hmm. And that's one of our main issues, socially. All right? And this is what the corporations around us do. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They do business with each other.
Right.
All right? For prime example, we want to put something together, hold an event, do something for some people. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So our main objective right here be, all right, just go down the line, Family Dollar, just go down the line. Every store that you see that you think they might throw some away, or it might be just sitting back there in the stock room. Once I get there, once somebody give me, like, once you send me a list of names, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna go look at them names and, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna call their company. You know what I'm saying, you gonna call them, we gonna find out the manager. You know what I'm saying, I'm gonna show up one day, suited up, what up? Got the I got the letterhead for the supervisor, and I got the sales tax information, I got the tax exempt number. You know what I'm saying? They take a copy of it, you know what I'm saying, they send it to their corporate office and they put you a part of the exempt. And right now, everybody's saying feed America.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the blacks need feeding. You know what I'm saying? So nonprofits like us need to pop up everywhere so we can consistently
we can consistently
keep rotating.